This is another look at the Brendan Rodgers catch as it was ruled on the field. Trent Dilfer challenged. Rodgers juggled, but he does possess it against his helmet as he sticks the right foot in the ground inside the chalk. The officials looked at it during the break and confirmed the call on the field, a completed catch at an Alcorn first down.
Yeah, a lot of movement with the ball there. It goes against UAB, but that'll stand in. This offense here now, trying to get something going here. They had success in the first quarter running the football. We talked about the need to take shots, stretch out the secondary. They need to find a way to create some balance in the run game and then open things up through the air.
Handoff to Rodgers, cuts up off right tackle and explodes nicely through the arm tackle of O.C. Brothers for a gain of 3. We've talked about it at some length, the two quarterbacks Alcorn has used in this game. Vaughn getting another chance here. Tyler Macon got the start and has seen the majority of snaps, though not by a wide margin. Offensive coordinator Jermaine Gale said he'd be comfortable using both even indefinitely, if that's what he thinks gives the team the best chance to win. Griffin, the tight end on the jet sweep, bowls over a man out near the 40. A.J. Brown, the nickel, had to stick his nose in there. He helped get Griffin to the ground. But maybe came off a little bit worse for wear. 3rd down and 3.
And he really thinks that both quarterbacks bring a different energy to the ball game, and sometimes you need a spark. And the biggest thing is when you're rotating quarterbacks, that both quarterbacks know they have the confidence from the coaching staff that if they make a mistake, they're still going to be put back into the ball game. They're not looking over their shoulder, and plus both guys have to get along to kind of hand the baton back and forth to each other.
3rd down and 3 for the Braves, who have moved the sticks a couple of times already in this drive. Vaughn keeps it, beautifully spins close to a first down, and the officials give him just enough. He needed 3, he got exactly 3. Tylen McNichols made the tackle for UAB. It's a 3rd first down on this drive for Alcorn. As somebody who was in offensive huddles at this level, do you have an opinion on the two quarterbacks you don't have one kind of argument you hear sometimes, that you need a consistent voice as opposed to switching it up?
Well, I'll tell you, it's preferable to always have a consistent voice and have one guy that's always in the huddle. And, it is hard to have two different voices, two different guys, because, it's just the rhythm. But that's not, in every case, that's not for every team. And I think, it is maybe a little bit harder, but if you have two guys that are special quarterbacks that you have faith and trust in, you can make it work. But again, most coaches will say, hey, I want just one guy. But that doesn't mean that's for everyone.
L.D. Cox makes the tackle in the backfield on Rodgers for a loss of a couple. That'll be 2nd down and 12.
And the other part is, these things kind of have a way of working themselves out, because, when you have two guys that deserve an opportunity to play, and as a staff you see two starters, you want to give them the chance to play and compete.
Vaughn is wrapped up and dropped by Desmond Little.
Here's a 6'6", 240-pound senior off the edge, just throwing the offensive lineman to the left, making the play, and quiet celebration there.
4th UAB sack that's pushed Alcorn back 24 yards in total. The Braves have 112 yards of offense in this game, just 23 through the air. And Alcorn State going to use a timeout before 3rd down at 18. The first Cedric Thomas has taken in this second half. Alcorn State able to put together a couple of first downs on this drive. In fact, 3 of them so far. But now facing a 3rd down and very long. Don't forget, college sports are back, and ESPN Plus is the best place to catch all the American Conference action this fall. Home to over 40 college football games, more than 200 soccer and volleyball matches, including the American Conference Championships. Also home now to all-access series like Tulane football. Welcome to Uptown, highlighting the 2024 Green Wave football season. For more information and to catch all the action, sign up at espnplus.com/AAC. Nate Gatter, Jay Sonhalter, our ESPN Plus crew on hand from Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Vaughn off a pump fake, directing traffic. Vaughn will take off, and he gets nowhere near the line to gain on 3rd and 18. He picks up 8, and Alcorn State will punt after 3 first downs.
Well, this defensive line has shown me a lot, and that was one of the concerns going into the offseason was, hey, we've got to address the defensive line and also the safety position. And the depth and the talent and how well they've gelled already here in week 1. I mean, this D-line has been in the backfield, and you see how deep it is, really bodes well for the success of the Blazers throughout the season.
UAB brought in 21 transfers, 13 of them on defense. Punt takes a friendly Alcorn State bounce all the way down to the 15, and that's where UAB will have it after the break, up 31-3. All Blazers, opening night at Protective Stadium.
This guy can't shoot. Hey, coach, bench him. He's got weak arms.
They're 5, Kelly. How do you sleep at night?
On a mattress from Mattress Firm. So I sleep.
It's the best sale of the year, the Labor Day sale. Get a king for a queen price, save up to $700, and get a free adjustable base. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night.
This Kia Turbo Hybrid is built for all the things you've yet to do. Like taking a long drive. Just to throw a monster tailgate party at an away game.
Brisket, anyone?
Do what's yet to be done. The new Kia Carnival Turbo Hybrid. Kia. Movement that inspires.
Basketball is a very physical sport. I get a lot of marks throughout the season. It's a sign of hard work. You gotta push yourself to the limit. Having marks on your body is not a sign of failure. It's a step towards improvement.
Movement leaves marks. Your antiperspirant shouldn't.
Degree Ultra Clear. Non-stop protection against white marks.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Things started off great, but once the new wore off,
They changed.
in the beginning, I got gifts like a phone.
And then next thing you know, it's like I'm invisible.
So I switched up and got me a new phone carrier.
Don't put up with wireless yada yada. Now with Metro Flex, new and existing customers are treated the same. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro.
I'm starting to notice a trend where you expect to disappoint people. And when you do a good job, you never let yourself enjoy it or accept any praise.
I guess that's true. It just feels safer or easier somehow if I expect the worst.
I know it's hard right now, but the end of this chapter is the beginning of a new one. An opportunity for you to do what you like.
Introducing rewards from Sling, where you can win prizes for just watching TV.
What's new this season? Well, a whole lot. The playoff has gone from 4 teams to a dozen. Some more conference realignment, mainly with the Big Ten. Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA joining. Cal and Stanford also made their way to the ACC, along with SMU. The 2-minute timeout you saw in the first half stopped the clock after a UAB run. And then the direct helmet communication from one player on each team. It's really for one player on offense and defense for each team. BB gets the carry for a pickup of 6 on first down. Jay, how much do you think that changes this year?
Well, first of all, change is good. And I like everything that's happening with college football and where there's different ideas, different realignments, and different aspects that are coming to the game. But I'll tell you, the direct helmet communication.
Zeno throws that into the ground. Alcorn's calling for intentional grounding, and I think they've got a good case. And indeed, the flag looks like it's coming out.
Intentional grounding, number 4, on the offense. Lost it down to the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
So this will set up 3rd down and very long. Get a look at this.
Just trying to make something happen.
Won't go as a sack for Malachi Bailey, but functionally it was. And so 3rd down and a long way for UAB. But back to the helmet communication.
Yeah, and I think it's really an interesting aspect because how are different coaches going to use that communication? Are you going to give your quarterback a lot of tips pre-snap, or are you going to keep it more simple and let him, kind of get the play call into his helmet and then be able to talk to his teammates in the huddle? And
batted ball over the middle, off the hands of Beebe, incomplete. And, Trent Dilfer talked to us about that it's a point of emphasis for him and Alex Mortensen, the offensive coordinator, and Jacob Zeno to make sure they're all on the same page about what's best for him, what's going to put him in a position to succeed.
And it was really interesting talking to Coach about that because there's different theories on it. And he said, hey, listen, we may have a code word which, is saying, hey, this is a tip to do this on this play call. We'll give the play call, but we're not going to be talking the whole time to him because you don't want to get too much in the quarterback's head and be saying too much. You want to make sure you give a clear message and let him play freely out on the field.
The first UAB punt of the night forthcoming. And it takes a big bounce all the way down inside the 30 and inside the 25. A booming punt off the foot of Patrick Foley, redshirt junior from Omaha. And talk about flipping the field. He puts Alcorn State all the way back at the 23. So we've talked about that 12-team college football playoff. What we haven't told you, if you haven't been following the news, is how the field is going to be determined. The 5 highest-ranked conference champions. That was initially 6, but the Power 5 has effectively become the Power 4, with the Pac-12 losing all but 2 of its teams. Then the next 7 highest-ranked teams will be at-larges, with the 4 highest-ranked conference champions seeded 1 through 4 and getting first-round byes. Then seeds 5 through 8 will host the first round, with seeds 9 through 12 visiting them. I think those last couple of points are maybe the most important, Jay, because fans are used to just watching the rankings.
Right.
In the old system, if you were in the top 4 at any given time, that meant, at least in the playoff polls in the second half of the year, if the season ended now, you're in the playoff. Being in the top 4 doesn't necessarily mean you're in the playoff or you're getting a bye anymore. You're almost certainly still in the playoff, but there could be 2 SEC teams or 2 Big Ten teams in the top 4. Only one of them is going to be seated in the top 4.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to create some competition throughout the end of the year, and also excitement because in years past you're jockeying for only 4 positions. Obviously, a whole different set of scenario this year, and there's going to be teams that have a chance all the way down to the wire, and 1 loss, maybe 2 losses aren't going to matter early on in the year, but you have to play your best ball once you get to November and December.
Good scamper by Vaughn to pick up the first down of the 35, where Jax Van Zandt and A.J. Brown combine on the stop for UAB. It's one of the reasons I think the criticisms that it would weaken or de-emphasize or otherwise water down the regular season never made a lot of sense to me.
I think it's the opposite because now more teams are going to have an opportunity, and all you need is a chance. Once you get playoffs, and it all starts over. Those 12 teams are going to have an opportunity to be in the national title game, and I think it just really expands the interest in college football. These changes, to me, are so exciting, and I think it's going to bring more viewers, more interest in college football. With the interest is already at an all-time high, and just more people are coming into the sport because of these changes.
Quick hitting completion to Amarian Blakes, the sophomore. Brown and Van Zandt combined on the tackle again, and it sets up 2nd down and 4. And to your point that you made earlier, the only narrow slice of intrigue that maybe is taken out is if 2 11-0 or 12-0 teams in a power conference are playing each other at the end of the season. Take, say, Ohio State, Michigan, that has sometimes become a 4-team playoff elimination game in the last week. That no longer exists, and maybe that's true, but the ramifications of who can win the conference and get the bye are still strong, and that's a very strong incentive.
Yeah, and those ramifications are huge, and also, too, Ohio State, Michigan, no matter what, is always going to be it's always going to be one of the best games of the year. Those rivalries at the end are always going to have so much on the line. And I just think with these changes, the more teams are going to have an opportunity, and still at the end of the year with the conference championship on the line, those seeds are going to be huge.
Vaughn on third down, throws it away. See if Alcorn wants to go for it here with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter and a fourth down and manageable. Does not look like it. From the American standpoint, obviously, when we talked to Mark Ingram, the athletics director here at UAB in the second quarter, he was a little bit tongue-in-cheek in saying, well, sure, it gives the group of five a 1 in 63 chance at getting a team into the playoff. And you can understand why that still doesn't feel like true equality for teams in the American. But at the same time, it does mean probably more often than not, you're going to see the American Conference champion going to the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, with the past track record of the American and the strength of the teams in the league this year. I mean, listen, if you have an outstanding year, you're going to be battling for that position. And I see a lot of really good teams in the league led by great coaches and star quarterbacks that are going to have a chance.
And even to pick up a bye, you don't have to go that many years ago when Cincinnati was in this league and got themselves into the 14 playoff. That would have made them one of the 4 highest ranked conference champions. So it is not out of the realm of possibility, especially because the Big 12 and the ACC are, well, very strong leagues, dramatically weaker now than the SEC and the Big 10 that have become almost super conferences. It is not at all outside the realm of possibility that an undefeated American Conference champion team is the 4th or even 3rd highest ranked team at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, that possibility is there, and coaches, no matter what the league, they're always going to say, hey, listen, we got to just focus on winning this ball game or taking care week by week the schedule. But if you're a player, you're thinking about those things, and that goal is out there. Your goal isn't to have a good season. Your goal is to make the playoffs.
And just in the abstract, to know it's possible.
It's possible. It's there. And, in the past, it was always kind of maybe, let's be conference champions or let's hope. Now it's sitting there. It's sitting there. Somebody's going to take it. And if you're good enough, you could be the team to take it.
Completion to Terrell McDonald. Good to see him with the ball in his hands after he went down with that injury scare in the first quarter. Sets up second down and 5 for the Blazers. Make it second and 4 after a gain of 6. McDonald in motion. Beebe, the ball carrier, breaks a tackle out to the right, has a first down, stays on his feet near midfield, and he's knocked out of bounds by Markel McLaurin, who has been, at times, it feels like defending by himself for Alcorn State.
Yeah, he's been the star of the defense for the Braves. So active and have a really good year in the SWAC. And here's Beebe again, another positive gain on the ground for 78 yards on the night.
Beebe straight up the gut to the 45, where he's upended after another half dozen. 84 yards for him, 58 for Jacobs. Zeno's chipped in 41 on the ground himself. UAB is probably a carry or 2 away from eclipsing 200 rushing yards this evening.
Yeah, and the balance they've had on offense with the play calling and also the production. 166 yards through the air, 191 on the ground.
Hand off to Witherspoon, head at the line of scrimmage, and slung down after a short gain. Samarian Edwards made the solo tackle in the open field, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Only 3 total points on the board in the last 15 minutes. UAB a 31-3 lead over Alcorn State as we head to the fourth quarter. All smiles here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham for the hometown Blazers, well on their way to a 1-0 start in 2024.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave.
This turbo hybrid makes your whole team feel at home,
Brisket anyone?
even when you're away. The new Kia Carnival Turbo Hybrid with 32 mpg. Kia, movement that inspires.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. Things started off great, but once the new wore off,
They changed.
in the beginning, I got gifts like a phone.
And then next thing you know, it's like I'm invisible.
So I switched up and got me a new phone carrier.
Don't put up with wireless yada yada. Now with Metro Flex, new and existing customers are treated the same. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro.
Introducing rewards from Sling, where you can win prizes for just watching TV. That's like getting a promotion for taking a vacation, or getting a gold medal for walking to your mailbox, or winning prizes for watching TV. Did we say that already? All you have to do is watch 30 minutes a day. Every day is another chance to score up to $10,000 in monthly cash and prizes. So sign up for Sling or watch for free. You can win either way. Sling lets you do that.
It was very important for me to have a therapist who could understand relationships, traumas, the LGBTQ community, and someone who was also a person of color.
I tend to deal with things in life with a sense of humor. My therapist on BetterHelp and we share this trait, and so we connect on a deeper level, and I'm more comfortable sharing things with him.
I am just so much more like in tune with myself, being able to talk to my therapist.
The Ortho Mattress Labor Day sale is on now, and it's hot. Introducing the reimagined Beauty Rest Black with pocketed coil technology, unparalleled motion separation, and individualized support. It's the summer's lowest prices, so save 50% on Ortho mattresses or $600 on Beauty Rest Black. Get a free upgrade to an electric adjustable base on the coolest Ortho and Beauty Rest Black mattresses and 36 months of zero interest financing. The Labor Day mattress sale is on now, only at Ortho Mattress.
Look at you. You're doing everything you can to get your blood pressure in check. And now you have SuperBeets Heart Chews by Human on your side too. In a leading clinical study, SuperBeets Heart Chews polyphenol compound was shown nearly 2 times as effective at promoting normal blood pressure as a healthy lifestyle alone. Just 2 delicious chews a day support nitric oxide production, healthy blood pressure, blood flow, and heart-healthy energy. Support your healthy blood pressure with SuperBeets Heart Chews by Human. Get a free month's supply plus free shipping on all bundles at superbeets.com.
Welcome back to this U.S. Open office plan.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones's head.
We showed you some of Tulane and Tulsa's wins over Southeastern Louisiana and Northwestern State, respectively. Army and Lehigh will get together tomorrow night, along with Temple, Oklahoma, Florida Atlantic, and Michigan State on the American scoreboard. Bucknell and Navy will get things started on Saturday. Show you the rest of the games in just a moment. Lee Beebe Jr. gets the 3rd down carry, and he is slung down to the backfield by Stamarian Edwards, who has made a couple of big tackles on this drive. And that backs it up to 4th down and 4 for UAB. Certainly in a part of the field where normally you'd go for it, and it looks like the Blazers will, even with a big lead.
Yeah, they'll stay on the field here and try to convert another 3rd and 4th down opportunity. But I'll tell you, this Alcorn State defense playing so hard, still fighting here, even down 28 points.
Zeno, clean pocket, over the middle, connects. Holt Bennett has the catch inside the 25 and down to the 23-yard line. Malachi Holt Bennett makes a clutch 4th down catch, and the Blazers move the chains on their first 4th down try of the year.
Yeah, Holt Bennett here. 6'3", 200 pounds with the body control, just streaking across the middle on a dig route, and then protects the football as 2 defenders hit him.
The 10th different receiver to make a catch on Zeno's 18 completions. To the flat, Thomas looked away and dropped the football. Not going to happen often.
And that's a tough play there because you see so much room after the catch to operate, but you got to focus on that ball all the way in. And I'll tell you, the conditions tonight, very humid down the field, obviously. Terrible storm coming in pregame, delaying this game. But these guys playing through the heat. And Trent Dilfer talked this week about the importance of depth. And of course, you prepare during preseason camp, but there's nothing like a game-like atmosphere on a hot night.
McDonald in motion. Handoff Witherspoon. gap to the left side, to the sideline, and he breaks an arm tackle for a first down close to the 10. Lee Witherspoon puts UAB a little bit closer to 200 rushing yards as a team. And there's a brave down at the end of the play. That looks like Wallace Melton, number 0. Back in his home state, the senior. And the walk-off to the sideline on his own. It's not an especially big ALCORN State roster, especially compared to what UAB has, what you typically see in the American. They have withstood some physical punishment at times. We knew coming in there was going to be, on paper, a pretty significant size and strength advantage for UAB, as there almost always is FBS against FCS. But Alcorn State's defense has found a way to hang in there, particularly in this second half. Only 3 points on the board for the Blazers since halftime, though they are threatening. McDonald in motion. Witherspoon again. Bounces left side, has a crease inside the 10, and he's planted after a pickup of 4. Dew makes the tackle.
But here in the fourth quarter, that size along the trenches, this is where it really pays off for teams like UAB when they just lean on you. The Braves here, this defense been out on the field. They've been giving up time of possession, and UAB just keeping the ball on the ground.
Witherspoon rams into the middle for a short gain. Give him a couple. UAB now up to 203. Make it 204 total rushing yards as a team of this game. 4 different players have carried the ball at least 5 times.
And the running back room, just the depth that this team has been able to recruit, develop, and then along the offensive line. Coaching staff feels like there's 8 starters up front, obviously 5 out in the field, but 3 reserves. They feel like they can play at a starting level, and a couple more young guys coming along as well.
Batted ball intended for Goodwin. Broken up by Cole Williams. Unabated off the edge. And UAB will settle for a second Jonah DeLonga field goal attempt. Not bad for the first of his career. 41 yards straight down the middle in the third quarter. College kickers are off to a hot start, are they not?
They are. Week 0, we saw some long range kicks in that one.
24-yarder this time. It is good. Second field goal of the second half for DeLonga. The only 6 points on the board since the break. 34-3, the hosts on top.
Healthcare.gov is here for you when life happens. If you lost your health coverage because of turning 26, going off Medicaid, leaving your job, or moving, you could be eligible to enroll in new coverage now. And if you need to update your coverage because of marriage or having a baby, you could also be eligible. But don't wait. There's a limited time to enroll. Check your eligibility at healthcare.gov today. Life happens. Get covered.
Introducing Domino's new New York-style pizza, the biggest star of your next pizza night. It's made with our fresh, never-frozen dough that's stretched thin, then topped with melty provolone cheese and cut into 6 big, foldable slices. For the perfect balance of crust, sauce, cheese, and toppings in every tasty bite. So why keep your taste buds waiting? For a limited time, you can get large New York-style pizzas with 3 toppings for only $10.99 or 2 medium 2-topping New York-style pizzas for only $6.99 each at Domino's.
Introducing rewards from Sling, where you can win prizes for just watching TV. That's like getting a promotion for taking a vacation, or getting a gold medal for walking to your mailbox, or winning prizes for watching TV. Did we say that already? All you have to do is watch 30 minutes a day. Every day is another chance to score up to $10,000 in monthly cash and prizes. So sign up for Sling or watch for free. You can win either way. Sling lets you do that.
When my hair started to thin, I thought, am I going to have any hair left?
After I gave birth, my hair wasn't even thinning, it was gone.
As I got older, I couldn't grow it past my shoulders.
Nutrafol has different formulas for all the different changes so many women go through.
Within 3 months, my hair is significantly fuller.
It's longer, it's thicker.
My friends noticed it. I felt like a completely different person.
Try the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com.
The Ortho Mattress Labor Day sale is on now, and it's hot. Introducing the reimagined Beauty Rest Black with pocketed coil technology, unparalleled motion separation, and individualized support. It's the summer's lowest prices, so save 50%.
Let's show you the remainder of those games to come around the American this weekend. On Saturday, Kennesaw State visits San Antonio in the Alamo Dome against UTSA. North Texas at South Alabama. Norfolk State makes the trip to Jay's old stomping grounds at East Carolina. Bethune-Cookman takes on South Florida. Sam Houston against Rice in a fun Texas matchup. North Alabama against Memphis as well. The favored Tigers atop the American preseason poll, dominating with 23 of the available 30 first place votes. Grant to put it in the air. Only 6 points on the board since halftime. A pair of DeLonga field goals, one in the third quarter, one in the fourth, from 41 and 24 respectively. And Alcorn State will have it again. Looks like Vaughn will be back out there. He has seen every snap at quarterback for the Braves in the second half. This Alcorn State team coming off 7 wins a year ago and picked to win the SWAC West this year despite the loss of top passer, top rusher, top receiver, top tackler. The former 3 to graduation, the latter to the transfer portal. And their 7-year head coach, Fred McNair. Vaughn to throw. Under some pressure, and that one is well over the head and out of bounds in the direction of Williams.
But for Vaughn there, I was looking at him reading the coverage, nowhere to go with the ball. And even though that ball had to just sail out of bounds, that's the right decision in that situation. And they've showed a lot of fight tonight, and preseason poll shows the expectation for the Braves over in the West Division. Preseason pick number 1.
Vaughn, deep ball, Williams again, but step for step, Jason Riles Jr. had the coverage, and it's incomplete. Should say it was Troy Jakubit who had the coverage on the outside for UAB, 21 in green. Deep drop for Vaughn. Another deep ball over the middle, over everyone, and incomplete. Looking for Blakes. Give Alcorn their credit for at least trying to throw the football down the field, but doesn't it make it difficult to evaluate quarterbacks when there's nowhere for them to go with the ball?
There's no separation, and that's a credit to the secondary, but you're right. I mean, there, you're just taking a chance. This will be a tough film to evaluate just because of how excellent the defense has played, and there really hasn't been much opportunity for any explosive plays.
Elijah Gorman back on to punt. He's had plenty of work tonight for the Braves. Low line drive taken by Shanks at the 43. Shanks has room to the outside into Alcorn territory. One man to beat. Goodbye, touchdown. Cam Shanks has the first Blazers score of the second half, and it's a 40-burger for UAB on opening night.
He's a difference maker. 4 catches on the night on offense and now on special teams, just swerving right to left and going straight to the end zone. Easy touchdown for the talented redshirt freshman from Prattville High School. What a play, and you see his talent, his production tonight. He's going to have a huge season.
Would you believe that's the first UAB punt return for a touchdown in over a decade? The last time the Blazers took one back, J.J. Nelson in September 2013 against Northwestern State. That one was from 63 yards. This one was from 57. Cam Shanks says hello. Cam Shanks says goodbye.
A Chewy order is on the way for Cash, everyone's favorite employee at Bill's Bodega, where Bill uses Chewy to keep Cash hard at work, toys to keep his instincts sharp, food so he won't snack on the inventory, even a new collar to let everyone know who's boss. And with Chewy's low prices, Bill's left with more cash to spend on Cash. For low prices and fast shipping, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
What you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. Don't say that. Shut your trap. I'm sipping. I'ma leave the door open.
The Ortho Mattress Labor Day sale is on now, and it's hot. Introducing the reimagined Beauty Rest Black with pocketed coil technology, unparalleled motion separation, and individualized support. It's the summer's lowest prices, so save 50% on Ortho mattresses or $600 on Beauty Rest Black. Get a free upgrade to an electric adjustable base on the coolest Ortho and Beauty Rest Black mattresses and 36 months of zero interest financing. The Labor Day mattress sale is on now, only at Ortho Mattress.
This summer, it's time to get away with super hot deals on your favorite Hyundai models. All backed by America's best warranty. Plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. But act fast because these deals will be over before you know it. Get in and get away now. Now, for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Elantra. Hurry in to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Hair shedding? That's parenthood for you. My job got bigger. My hair got thinner.
Aging? I see it in my hair.
Off the Cam Shanks punt return touchdown, UAB has a 41-3 lead with 11:49 to go. Nate Gatter, Jason Holder back with you from Protective Stadium in Birmingham. The ALCORN State offense looked like it was grasping at straws on its last possession with 3 straight throws down the field. Really nobody available for Xavier Vaughn. Another Noah Grant kickoff. This one's short and returnable. Taken from the 4. North-south probably the better move, and a big hit. Laid down by Riles. You could hear that collision all the way up on the 6th floor where we are.
Yeah, that was a big one. Riles hustling down the field, playing hard all the way here through the 4th quarter, making something happen on the team's unit in there. Just a brick wall. His teammates come over and still celebrating over on the sideline. How about the special teams? Get a block punt return for a touchdown, and then efforts like that from Riles.
That consistently good kick coverage, although there haven't been that many ALCORN returns. Vaughn remains behind center. Rogers is the running back. 4 wide receivers on first down. Rogers up the middle for a short gain. Plunges for a couple. A.J. Brown was there for the tackle. ALCORN will have another FBS game coming up next week. Go to Nashville to play the Vanderbilt Commodores. 6:30 Central Time kickoff on ESPNU. Nice throw, knocked away. The officials call it a fumble, recovered by UAB for the moment. Tariq Watson knocked it out. And Eddie Tewsom recovered after Tyron Warren could not corral the catch, but they are now going to call it incomplete on the field, which from our view looked like the correct decision.
Arm strength from Vaughn to get this ball in there. Physical hit, yeah, that no possession there. Correct call in the field. But I'll tell you, a couple areas on this defense. The linebacking core coming into this year without be very solid. A lot of returners there. But the improvement areas is the defensive line and the secondary. And this secondary has played great tonight in coverage, but also showing how physical they can be.
Vaughn under pressure. Vaughn is sacked. He minimized the loss to a yard, but James Smyrie got to him. Fourth down and long coming up, and another punt for Alcorn State.
Defense now just overwhelming the offense. The talent, the depth here in the fourth quarter. Blazers just taking over. This is the type of performance for UAB. Hey, listen, a lot of positives. Yes, there's some correctable mistakes.
5-yard penalty, fourth down.
But you really want to see your team really take over the ball game here at the end. I think Trent Dilfer is seeing that spark on special teams, seeing his defense take over as well.
UAB, meanwhile, will travel to Monroe, Louisiana to take on the Warhawks of ULM next Saturday, ESPN Plus at 6 o'clock Central Time. Of course, ULM coached by Bryant Vincent, who was the interim head coach here in Birmingham in 2022 after Bill Clark, who rejuvenated the program, retired. What a move by Shanks. A couple of flags come in behind the play, and they might wipe out another big Shanks return. There are 3 flags down after there was a big collision back around the 43-yard line. And that indication would be another illegal blindside block, the second against UAB tonight.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block from the 56 return team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Trent Dilfer's men have been called for a couple of those, just making sure he has things to dissect in the film room tomorrow.
He's got a punt return, doesn't he? Shanks has been. He's one of those guys. If the ball touches his hands, he's gonna look to go to the house, make something explosive happen, and he's got the talent to do it every time.
Mentioned the ULM matchup coming up for UAB, then on the road against Arkansas and Fayetteville on the SEC Network before starting American Conference play with Navy, Tulane, Army, and South Florida. Not an easy first quartet of games.
Yeah, those first 4 league games, really difficult in the middle of the schedule, and then once you get past that at South Florida game, you come back home for 2 in a row and then finish up 2 on the road, 1 at home, with Rice being the last home game.
So I know you're high on this UAB team, at least to take a step forward. I thought our conversation with Trent Dilfer was really interesting for a lot of reasons. He was very honest as well about his takeaways from his first year as an FBS head coach. Obviously a huge jump for him coming from the high school game, which was his only coaching experience in that sense. He did have the Elite 11, that kind of tutelage experience. Completion to Damus, who's out near the 30 for a short gain. He said, it was mostly what he expected, but he still wasn't as good as he could have been, especially when things got chaotic, that he didn't always do the best job of prioritizing the most important thing at that given moment. And he wanted to do a better job making sure he was allocating his resources where they were most effective.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because, as players, you want to get better every year, but same thing for the coaches, whether you're in year 2, like Trent Dilfer here at UAB, or you've been at a school for a decade or longer. There's always things you look back on and you evaluate yourself, evaluate your staff. Where can we improve? What do we want to do next year? And it was just interesting talking with him, some areas that he wanted to look forward to this year. But I'll tell you, I think this program is on the rise, and I just believe in an excellent coach, an excellent quarterback, strong line play, and I think this team There's high hopes for them this year, and I think they're going to be able to reach and surpass the expectations.
Witherspoon the catch, Edwards the tackle. Gain of 8 sets up 2nd down and 2. Blazers moving the ball again. Witherspoon the carry. Has a seam off right guard and gets inside the 45, moving the pile down to the 42 before Edwards ultimately makes the tackle. Jacob Zeno, big picture, he's had the 1 interception, which is was something of an issue for him last year. He did have the 9 picks, even though generally he was very, very accurate. But it was off a ball when his arm was hit and the pass fluttered into the air. Other than that, he's completed just over 2/3 of his passes, 210 yards on 31 attempts, a couple of touchdowns. Handoff to Solomon Beebe. It's inside the 30. And brought down there at the 26 with a first down. Another different ball carrier for UAB. But for Zeno, what are your takeaways here? On the one hand, not explosive. On the other hand, pretty effective.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, he's been accurate with the ball. And the things that really stick out to me are just the command he has of the offense, how decisive he's been with his decision-making, reading the defense, throwing the ball or taking off and running, and just the confidence of this offense. And during the offseason, he talked about taking the game to the next level. And Trent Dilfer, what better coach do you have than him? He's the best quarterback coach that you can lean on. Him and offense coordinator Alex Mortensen, those two guys really provide such a sounding board for Zeno, and there's trust in that room, and I just think he's going to continue to progress, and he told us he's got an NFL future.
Solomon Beebe inside the 20. That'll be 3rd down and a couple coming up. It's interesting, Trent Dilfer, I think Trent Dilfer has been known as, ever since he took the job, that he, by virtue of being a new and somewhat inexperienced college coach, was not coming in with his baggage where he was going to complain about the portal, he was going to complain about NIL. This is the only world that he and his staff have known. Beebe is stacked up at the line of scrimmage, maybe lost half a yard. It'll be 4th down and 3 coming up for UAB. And he sort of doubled down on that with how he handled the Zeno situation in the offseason, because Zeno could have gone somewhere else and made himself a lot more money staying in college football elsewhere this year. And Trent Dilfer said, if you're going to pass this up, if you're going to come back here, I'm only going to allow you to do that if you're going to be ready to be coached like a pro, essentially so he can justify letting him stay here. 4th down. Beebe the handoff, breaks an ankle tackle, but he can't get to the line to gain. And it's a turnover on downs. Alcorn will take it back with 6:01, which to your point is sort of, if he's going to let him miss out on that opportunity, it's about what could be there for him in the future in the NFL. Trent Dilfer not happy with that, even up 41-3 in the 4th.
A Chewy order is on the way for Rue, who can speak for himself, but can't shop for himself. So when he gave his Rue of approval on the food Dad bought on Chewy, Dad put it on autoship. So it always gets delivered right on Rue's schedule. The flavor Rue loves, the savings they love. For automatic delivery and 5% savings, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
At Domino's, our stores now have quality captains.
Impress me.
Those who demand perfection.
Topping distribution, horrible.
They're not afraid to criticize your pizza.
Terrible. Pathetic. I hate it.
Thank you. Until it's perfect.
I don't have to think about this one. It's a yes. Yes. Yes.
We're holding your pizza to an even higher standard.
Guess who works at Domino's?
A hit. No matter how you slice it, or cut it, or cube it. Sizzle, pork, and another way to Spam and eggs. Spam maple flavored.
If you're looking for the one, find it on Realtor.com. Find the one with a short commute to work. Find the one in a great school district. Find the one in a hot neighborhood before it's a hot neighborhood. And find it exclusively in professionally sourced listings. Don't miss out on the perfect home.
Don't all apps do that?
Not really. Download the Realtor.com app today.
Why do couples choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
I make my side firmer. Sleep Number does that. Your ideal firmness and effortless comfort all night.
Can it help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that. 9 out of 10 couples report better sleep. During our biggest sale of the year, the Queen Sleep Number C2 Smart Bed is only $9.99, plus free delivery when you add any base. Shop now at a Sleep Number store near you.
Most people call leaf filter when their gutters are clogged and they notice one of the many.
Trent Dilfer had that viral moment last year when he lost his temper. He does not look back fondly on that. He wants to keep it under control. I think he's under control here all the way, but he was hot, and you could read his lips there clear as day, saying that's terrible offensive football. He was not happy with the execution on those last couple snaps.
Well, and I think he wanted toughness up front. The line of scrimmage, on fourth down, you're trusting your offensive line that you can pick up a couple yards. They didn't do it there, and trying to tell his team over on the sideline, hey, that's not acceptable.
New Alcorn State quarterback is Roderick Hartsfield, 6'1", 200-pounder from Waxahachie, Texas. The third signal caller the Braves have used in this game. Interestingly, too, and this is probably part of Trent Dilfer's frustration, UAB is stuck with pretty much its starting group and its typical rotating guys. They went a little deeper into the running back room, some of the pass-catching options these last couple possessions. But Zeno has stayed in the whole way. The first-choice offensive line has been in there pretty much the whole way. And still the execution was, in his eyes, not up to the standard. Cameron Stewart gets the pitch, and he is limited to maybe half a yard. Bryant got out there for the tackle.
But I think here, week one of the season, so many new guys coming in from the portal, new starters, trying to gel together. I think that's why these starters are still in this ball game is, hey, listen, we've got to build a chemistry. Even though we have a big lead, we need to get these guys in-game reps together.
Third and 4. Hartsfield down the sideline, and a twisting, reaching catch pulled in by Diablo McGee. Junior college transfer originally out of St. Louis. The coaches said, he's new to the system. He's still getting his feet under him. Well, he got his feet under him literally on that play.
Yeah, one of the best plays all night on the offensive end, and tough catch. Acrobat getting his feet in bounds, focusing on the ball. Look at this, turning his shoulder there. The focus, the hand-eye coordination, toe tap, getting it in.
That's good on Sundays, Jay.
Yep.
A little somersault as well for the extra creativity at the end. Handoff to Stewart. Across the 45 for a couple. And he's gang tackled there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The first downfield throw that Alcorn State has completed in the game. 31 yards. In fact, that play alone accounted for more passing yards than the Braves had the entire game. They had 29 yards through the air prior to that play. 31 on that pitch and catch from Hartsfield to McGee, the third-string quarterback to a receiver who hasn't been on the field all night. Quick slant, knocked away, incomplete. Coverage by Tariq Watson on Damian Jones. I imagine this is easy 4-down territory for Alcorn. Rogers checks in as the tailback on 3rd and 8. Hartsfield in traffic. Hartsfield is dropped in the backfield. DeMarcus Smith got there for the sack. It'll be 4th down and long.
Smith has gotten a lot of reps tonight. Number 19, 305-pound redshirt junior. This D-line has been rotating through, staying fresh. you can see where that pays off in the fourth quarter. That depth coming in to the program through the portal, high school players as well, along with the returners from last year's unit.
Now 4th and 10, so Gorman will in fact punt. Try to pin UAB deep. Checks up around the 10, down at the 11. And UAB will take over there with 2:32 to go. You mentioned the portal players. This is a defense that had to be overhauled. It was the 4th worst in America by scoring defense last year, among the 15 worst in the country in total defense. 13 of the 21 transfers that came in were on the defensive side of the football. And we asked Trent Dilfer about whatever transfer portal philosophy he has. He said, well, you know what? I know, I was in media. I know you guys are looking for a great soundbite here. I can't give you one. And then he did. He said, we don't really have a transfer portal philosophy other than make our team better every day by whatever means necessary.
That's the goal. And throughout the country, look at those numbers just continue to rise to an all-time high 23-24 season. But I'll tell you what, his philosophy is correct. Hey, whatever's going to make our team better, that's what we're going to do. And, of course, when you have a lot of new faces coming to the program, you've got to make sure they gel, and there's a risk there. But he was willing to take that risk, and he trusted the players he's bringing in and the assistants that recruited them, that they're their type of guys, as he says, our dudes. And he's pleased with their performance here tonight, I know, and really thought their preseason camp and spring practice really showed a lot.
13 of the 21 on defense. Some transfers on the offensive side as well. Armani Goodwin, once at LSU, had the last carry, gets it again. Fighting for the 20-yard line, and he has just enough to pick up the first down as we hit the 2-minute timeout here in the fourth. UAB cruising to an opening victory, 41-3 Blazers, 2 minutes to go.
You could face every day with confidence. RAID puts 65 years of insect science in your hands, so you can protect the ones you love. RAID. Protection for everyone. SC.
At Domino's, we've heard in focus groups that some people don't love our classic crust.
Too doughy.
It's not thin enough.
So here's another pizza.
All the ingredients come together.
And so what if I told you this was Domino's?
Good for Domino's, for real.
Introducing Domino's New York Style Pizza. Try it tonight.
This fall, it's all about dinner. So chic, so sleek, it's genius. Obsessed. Swing by Old Navy.
You know, Priceline helps families save up to 60% on family-friendly hotels.
So many great trips, we might just leave here with another vacation, baby.
Gross.
Oh, take it easy, Paris. And you too, Fort Lauderdale.
Lisa was in Toledo.
Go to your happy price, Priceline.
There, for those first days and first steps, the new beginnings and here we go agains, where these moments are made, there is where you'll find us. Because it's never been about what we're here to help protect you from. It's always been about what we're here to help protect you for.
If you're looking for the one, find it on Realtor.com. Find the one with a short commute to work. Find the one in a great school district. Find the one in a hot neighborhood before it's a hot neighborhood. And find it exclusively in professionally sourced listings. Don't miss out on the perfect home.
Don't all apps do that?
Not really. Download the Realtor.com app today.
Hair shedding? That's parenthood for you. My job got bigger. My hair got thinner.
Aging? I see it in my hair.
Jacob Zeno may be unremarkable at times in this game, but he has delivered for UAB when it's counted the most, including some third down conversions.
And he's been consistent tonight and distributed the football and made the right decisions. And he had to get out of the pocket and do something there. Took off, and he had a clean pocket. He was able to throw accurate balls, getting everybody involved. Everybody had touches tonight, whether you're running back, tight end, or wide receiver. He really spread the ball around well.
Goodwin, gaping hold at the right side. He picks the right second hole as well and lunges out to the 27 to set up second down and 3. Maybe this is just reading too much into it, but I would think with a returning veteran guy like Zeno on opening night, in some ways you almost prefer a really quiet performance rather than a guy who's having highs and lows. There is nothing erratic at all about the way he has played in this game. It has been consistent every single play. Complete to the outside for Shanks, who is bumped out of bounds at the 33 by Napoleon Collier.
He had a stellar year last year, and this year, Nate, I just think he's going to have more help. He's not going to. It's not all going to be on his shoulders, and I think tonight, great start here, first ball game of the year, and some ball games they'll have to put things more on his shoulders, and here tonight, is more of a balanced attack with the rushers getting involved,
and a flag down before the first snap to a quarterback other than Zeno.
Number 51, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Carter Putt, the redshirt senior from Columbus, Mississippi, is on to take these final few snaps for the Blazers. And the official stopped proceedings again because the spot was off by a yard. Outside Goodwin. Along the sideline, out of bounds at the 35. Collier made the play again. To your point about more help, this is a really deep running back room. It's a much improved offensive line. And although maybe they don't really have that big red zone target in the wide receiver room, other than that, they have a bunch of guys who can catch and a bunch of great athletes on the perimeter.
And a coaching staff and Alex Mortensen and Trent Dilfer that know how to use their talents. And we saw early on this ball game the misdirection, the different formations, and I think that's going to pose a lot of problems to their opponents throughout the season.
What a run by Goodwin, and what a block downfield by Brandon Buckhalter, who had taken his man a good 15 or 20 yards from the line of scrimmage, and with less than a minute and a half to go in a 38-point opening night blowout, he was continuing to hold that block for 5, 6, 7 seconds.
And things like that stand out on film. And we talked in the first half about these wide receivers being physical and, it could be a running play, but they're still going out there trying to create lanes for the running backs. These guys are physical on the outside. They're a well-coached unit.
Solomon Beebe back on at running back with a $1:09 to go. Nice little jitter to his left inside the 35. I think it's safe to say this UAB running back room is not only in good hands this year, but will be for a number of years to come. We should mention as well that Trent Dilfer singled out by name his running back coach, Hindley Brigham, when we talked to him this week, said he's as good as any running back coach in the country. And he's really excited about Brigham working with that group of 5. Solomon Beebe again, close to the 30, and UAB will not have to snap it again. Nice start to year 10 as athletics director for Mark Ingram. We appreciate him for joining us during the second quarter. Great to chat with him about Trent Dilfer, this program, college football playoff, the American Conference, all that and more. One more snap to Beebe, who stays in bounds, or so I thought. They'll stop the clock at least to move the chains. We'll see if they restart it with 10 seconds to go. Indeed they do, and that will be all. The UAB Blazers start 1-0, and they'll head to Louisiana Monroe with a chance to make it a couple of wins before Arkansas in a couple of weeks. Jay Sonholder, final thoughts.
Well, success. Trent Dilfer and his team's coming away 1-0. A lot of things they'll learn from tomorrow when they have film study going into next week. But I'll tell you what, you saw the recruiting pay off, the skill development pay off. This program has a bright future.